Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and today's video is going to be all about Metal Gear Survive. Now I know we talked about things like No Man's Sky, the update after 4 months, and you want to know something? This is almost the same deal, except unlike No Man's Sky, that game actually came out, and Metal Gear Survive is a game that was announced, it was touted in front of us all, and we all reacted to it, and unfortunately after that, nothing really got showcased aside from a TGS gameplay reveal. Now, for those of you who don't know what Metal Gear Survive is, it was Konami's spin-off after post, Kojima world of Konami and Metal Gear, where instead of, where basically it was an alternate story to Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes, where after that you were stranded into a place where there were zombies and you were to survive with your teammates. It was a spin-off type game which wasn't going to be full priced, and all in all, after a while, once I initially reacted to it, I sort of calmed down and said, you know what, maybe I might end up getting this secondhand for the PlayStation once it comes out, after a while when it's been all patched and everything. Well, you want to know something? Nothing got announced, nothing got sent out. In fact, there's been absolutely zero fucking update on this entire game whatsoever. And what got me to make this video was the absolute lackluster support by Konami themselves recently on Metal Gear Solid 5. So for those of you who don't know, or don't care, or, for those of you who just want to know, Metal Gear Solid 5 has this disarm component where basically in the game world everyone has nuclear weapons, and you're supposed to eliminate and take the nuclear count to a complete zero for the game to trigger a cutscene, which kind of culminates the Act 2. But recently, the game director behind it at this point, the community manager, I guess you could say, Robert Peeler, actually stated that they don't really know what the nuke counts are at, and they don't really care to update it anymore, which means the one meta game mode that they had, that they touted, that was one of the biggest deals of Metal Gear Solid 5, is completely forgotten and left alone, which means that if Konami themselves don't give an absolute flying fuck on this final thing, that at this point I don't really care either. Periodically I would put in Metal Gear Solid 5 just because the game is actually, again, really fun to play. And I did chase the whole get rid of all the nukes disarmament crap until much after this tweet where I just lost all will to really go on, and I really didn't care bothering to fire up the game because the curators behind it just didn't seem to give a flying shit at all. You can see it by the fact that Metal Gear Online basically is fucking dead at this point, no matter what platform you play on, and anything else to do with the franchise right now, or that game in particular, is gone. There is no update. The definitive edition came out, and frankly it adds nothing new to the game rather than just culminating all of the DLC together, which we all just expected anyways. So, Metal Gear Survive gets announced, and frankly, Metal Gear Survive triggers the hell out of me and everyone else involved into it. And look, back then, when I read the comments after a lot of those videos, I tend to realize things from a different perspective, because you all give me a lot of criticism, you all give me a new way to look at a lot of things, and frankly, it will change the next time I ever happen to talk about such a video in particular. But with Metal Gear Survive, that's kind of what happened to me entirely. I said, you know what, at the end of the day, if it's not a full-priced game, I'm probably going to end up picking it secondhand, of course, because, fuck everything about Konami at this point, and I'm going to give it a shot, see where the franchise can go, because Metal Gear is kind of a game where you can be weird, right? It's not like zombies haven't been put into the franchise before. I don't care what Hideo Kojima says. Zombies in the game, more outlandish shit has been put into this franchise than fucking zombies, okay? I don't want to hear it, Kojima, alright? You might make some good games. Death Stranding is something I'm looking forward to, but frankly, you're gonna have to be called out on your bullshit when bullshit is all spewed out from your mouth. So, I wanted to get Metal Gear Survive, and when I saw the TGS gameplay, I was like, it's an interesting zombie experiment. It wasn't as hectic as they were trying to make it out to be. They really tried to force that gameplay, but I said at the end that I still want to try Metal Gear Survive. Unfortunately, after Googling it for about 2 days straight, I have no added information to find whatsoever. You go to their actual website, Metal Gear Survive, the last update really have posted is the TGS 2016 gameplay from Japan, which we all saw. And then alongside that, the only screenshots they have are from that as well. There's no articles really covering what's happened to Metal Gear Survive, except from all the way in 2016 when the game was initially announced, August, really. And that's it. Nobody else has covered what's going on with Metal Gear Survive, which is kind of weird considering that Metal Gear Survive is one of the biggest it's coming from one of the biggest game franchises in fucking history. So you would think that some people would cover at least its absence to an extent. The closest article that could be dug up by me was basically around 2017, January, if anything, and it was basically just an update on what Metal Gear Solid 5 gameplay would be like, the Metal Gear Survive gameplay, which, you know, we all fucking knew. It was basically just completely unheard of, completely untalked about, and the only circles that really talk about it are the Never Be Game Over Reddit, you know, Metal Gear Solid Reddit, Metal Gear Solid boards that really discuss the whole thing. So, I don't know, Konami, is it fucking dead? Unfortunately, I could never really find a straight answer from this company because it feels like they don't really fucking care anymore. They don't give a shit about the home console life anymore. It feels like asking Konami, asking anybody remotely to do with anything Metal Gear. They don't really fucking care about it at all. So, you know, maybe Metal Gear Survive is scrapped. Maybe Konami fucking listened to people's backlash. Maybe they did, which would be kind of ironic because they didn't really fucking care about it at all when shit was really going down with Silent Hills, a game that would have sold, and then another game that would have sold all for the wrong reasons just because it had Metal Gear in the title. They decided to say, no, that's the limit, that's bad, no, Silent Hill, no, fuck that, Metal Gear Survive, no, we have standards, alright? What are your standards there, Konami? What are we to believe? You tout this game out, and I swear, when this game was first initially revealed, I said it and I will still stand by that, is that when you watch that trailer, if they never put the Metal Gear Survive stinger at the end, you would not have believed that this was Metal Gear Survive, right? You wouldn't really have believed it. It would have taken you a while to really put the pieces together, and even then, it would be stretching it. So when you put it together and you kind of insult the hardcore fans, especially after the way you've treated one of, I guess, the idols for the franchise, right? It's a salty, it's a bitch slap to the face for the people that followed you. And then you show this game, and then you show some gameplay at TGS 2016, which the gameplay itself was basically restructured Metal Gear Solid 5, essentially. It was the most DLC phone and cash cow nonsense ever. But then you never follow up after it, you never talk about it. In fact, I don't hear much from Konami themselves anyways. I know they released Bomberman on the Nintendo Switch, which I'll make a video on that soon enough. Not Bomberman, but the actual Switch, and a little bit of updates on it after I play a little bit more out of the system. But you release Bomberman, you never cover Metal Gear Survive out of it. Is Metal Gear Survive coming at all? Is it going to come to the Switch? I'll pick it up for the Switch if you release it. Fuck, I'll do that, man. I need to get some more games on that bitch besides Zelda. But the thing is that they're not bothering to cover any of it. There's not even really updates on the pachinko side of anything, too. I remember when they showed Metal Gear Solid 3's remastered pachinko cutscenes, and I was absolutely fucking livid at the fact that they had these absolutely gorgeous remade assets, and we were only going to be seeing it like used on some free-to-play pachinko crap. That's what fucking drove me insane. That's what drove me to the fucking wall at that point. It hurts to see that kind of shit because it just feels like you're digging a knife into people and just twisting it around for franchise owners. And I know I'm very passionate during this video, but you have to realize Metal Gear and me are... We've had a long, tremendous history together. It's one of the franchises that I've loved ever since I was a kid. It's one of those franchises that I played. A lot of people, they'll say that they played the hell out of Pokemon, and I played Pokemon, but I played Metal Gear with more with more volition than I played really any other franchise as a kid. So it stands out a lot to me, and it fucking pains me to see that even the game that I want to not see come out, and I want to see more of, has completely all been abandoned. So I guess at the end of the day, Konami, please let me know. Please let, I think, the community know if you've truly given no fucks at all. Is it over? Is it gone? Do you care about MGS 5? Do you care about supporting anything? Do you care about this game that you touted up in front of us for, again, not full price, just a budget game, and you still can't even follow that up? Like, how fucking sad and pathetic has this company gotten to, where they can't even fucking shit out a budget title using remade assets from a fucking game that came out 2 years ago? You can't do that? You can't? Really? Out of all the things? That's impossible? I guess at the end, it kind of shows the lack that this company really offers. And it's not just a lack to you and me, the consumer. I think if you're a shareholder to Konami, you know, wink wink, maybe you should fucking look at what this company's really doing. They're announcing projects, investing millions into it, potentially, and then completely abandoning it later on. Is that really the company you want to invest in? I wouldn't do that. That's what you call some bullshit. But I guess at the end, I'm just going to end the whole video over here. There's nothing really much more for me to go on and talk about. Metal Gear Survive was a game that, while I was never really interested for in the first place, I wanted to give it a chance. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to get a chance anymore. But who knows? Maybe as soon as I post this video, my luck will fucking bitch slap me in the face and say 6 hours later after posting this, Konami will say Metal Gear Survive coming out next week for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Steam, Nintendo Switch, Atari 2600, all the consoles ever, and, I'll shut up. But till now, Metal Gear Survive is one of those games that unfortunately I'm not seeing much progress of, in fact, if any progress really, and I just wonder what everyone else thinks about it. Do you think good riddance? Do you not think good riddance? Do you want to know more about it? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. As a Metal Gear fan to potentially other Metal Gear fans, I'd have wanted to see this, but, with the way Konami's going now, who the fuck is really going to see this shit carry on, right? Who's really going to see this come out? If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like it, dislike it. Let me know how many dating games you want to see me play on Xbox Live Indie Marketplace. This is me, Mudar, and I am out.